I love wine and I love my job at this cool wine shop. I love helping our customers. It sure is a long walk here from that front door, isn't it? Hi. Welcome to Used Wines. My name is Dred. How can
Give me a smooth two-door sparkling Italian wine that goes with grilled boysenberry couscous.
and how can I help you today?
It must have a screw cap. Give me a cab or a Pinot.
Did you say a Pinot?
A Pinot. Or a cab.
A Pinot what?
Just give me a Pinot.
Okay. One Pinot Meunier, coming right up.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, or did you want a Pinot Carnot? Pinot Solomon? Pinot Oberlin? Pinot Pansois? Pinot Violet?
No. I want a Pinot.
Pinot Cripe? Pinot Tête de Nègre? Pinot Blanc? Maybe Gris? Perhaps you request a Pinot de Charente?
No. A Pinot Noir.
Then, madam, just say so.
I cannot be bothered with such specifics. Now get me a Pinot.
A Pinot Noir.
Yes. Or a cab.
So, you're asking for the lightest red grape in existence. Either that or maybe a cab, which is just about the heaviest. You are evidently a woman of particular tastes. A woman who likes to live at the extremes. For you, dear lady, no compromises, because moderation is not in your vocabulary. Okay, what's my budget?
Something moderate.
You don't say.
Reasonable.
I'm sorry, madam, but all our wines are priced without regard to reason. Could you be more specific about your budget?
You know. Moderate. Medium.
Well, madam, we have Gertalian screw-cap wines for $2,000 and others for $2.50. Does medium mean you want one for $1,000.75?
Oh, no. Ha ha ha. That's so cute, you kidder. You know what I mean.
No, babe. In fact, I have no way of knowing what your budget is. Did you bum money on the subway this morning? Or did you just unload your kid's college fund in salted batwing futures?
I find those riding mass transport to be quite generous, thank you.
Meaning you'll have more to spend than the equities crowd. Gotcha. Most bottles of Gertalian start around $45. But I have a beautiful Chili Willy 05 I like a lot from Australia for $17.50.
Ah.
Well, since your drawn-out monosyllabic is not a useful reply, I shall stand here looking like an idiot and mentally play mahjong with my dead grandmother. Two dot. 1 bam. West.
Show me what else you'll have.
Okay, here are our Gertalian wines. This is the Chili Willy. Beautiful, as I said, and it will go better with your dinner of grilled boysenberry couscous than any other bottle in our store. We also have this rubber gum rhubarb blend for $11.99. We have the 06 Mucosa from Vino Cheap for $10, and, over there, is the $2.50 bottle from Oprah Vineyards.
How's that?
I wouldn't go there if I were you.
Ah.
One dot. 5 bam. North.
Do you have Chateau Plateau?
$87.99.
Why so expensive?
That's what more successful beggars on the number 4 train will give us for it.
Oh.
3 bam. 2 dot. Oh, nuts.
Is there something wrong?
Grandma won. Again.
Ah. Oh, this is just not working. Tell me your favorite Italian wine.
The Chili Willy. It's beautiful.
And between the Chili Willy and the Mucosa?
The Chili Willy.
I don't know the Chili Willy. What about the Mucosa? I saw a very expensive advertisement for it in the magazine Wine Perpetrator. Mucosa is a cab, is it not?
It's a pedicab, so it's better with kimchi than with grilled boysenberry couscous.
So, what would you have with grilled boysenberry couscous?
The Chili Willy.
Ah. Is it dry? I detest wines that are not dry. My friends often give me wines that are not dry, and I must have only dry wine.
Look. All wines, almost all wines anyway, are dry.
That is not true. I have had to throw out many wines that were not dry.
Such as what?
Pinot Grigio is not dry.
You were right. Maybe I am lying. Maybe Pinot Grigio is bottled with gobs of added sugar. Except for one small detail.
And what detail might that be?
That I'm not a liar, and significant sugar just is not usually something you find in a bottle of wine.
Well, I don't care how much sugar is in it. Just so long as it is dry.
If it isn't sweet, then it's dry. Look. Many kosher wines are sweet, so little kids and unsophisticated adults won't make faces and go black and spit it out at the table right in the middle of Shabbos. Some German Rieslings are sweet. True, but if you made wine in a cold climate where the grapes were still a bit sour at harvest time, you would want some sweetness too. Dessert wines, and port, are sweet of course. Sparkling wines almost always have a pinch of sugar added. But, with those very few exceptions, almost every wine in the entire world is made simply by feeding fruit juice to tiny little yeast buggies. Maybe you've heard of yeast? No? Well, yeast are tiny creatures that eat fruit sugar. The yeast swim around in the juice eating the sugar and pissing out freaking alcohol until the sugar is not there anymore. And then we call it wine. And that is the definition of dry. That's how wine gets made. Pinot Grigio might be fruity, but nobody added any sugar into it. It is not a sweet wine. And, if it is not sweet, it is called dry. That's what the word dry means.
Well, I detest fruitiness in my wines.
Lady, I'll let you in on a little secret. But, you must promise not to tell anybody. Wine is made of grapes. And sometimes, those grapes, they get into the wine. So, in addition to the alcohol, it might have, flavor. Just a little bit, from the fruit.
Right. And I shall always be careful to avoid such wines. So this is the Mucosa. And this? What about this up here?
That's the Vouvendavi Chardonnay. It's $38.99.
Which is better?
Well, which is better? An apple or an orange?
I don't understand.
Chardonnay and pedicab are two different grapes. One's not better or worse. They're just different.
Ah. That $2.50 bottle from Oprah Vineyards. Is that a good wine?
Ma'am, it's the cheapest Italian we have.
Answer my question. Is it good?
Ma'am, it is the cheapest Italian we have.
But
it's the cheapest. Do you get it?
I don't understand. Then tell me, what is the most popular Italian wine you carry?
The most popular Italian wine is the cheapest Italian wine. The cheapest wine of any type is usually the one that sells the most.
Well, I think the Oprah would be great for a party I'm having. Unlike me, my friends don't know anything about wine. They don't have very developed palates. I'll give them the Oprah, and I'll keep the good stuff for myself.
Ma'am, these victims, these people you call friends of yours, Did they go to cooking school?
No.
And are they experts in food?
No.
So, by your reasoning, why don't you feed them White Castle? Because, with their underdeveloped tongues, they obviously don't know any better and will be unable to detect good-tasting food when they eat it. Right?
Well, they can drink the wine from Oprah vineyards. I never drink wine less than $10.
And why is that?
I only drink good wine.
There are good wines at all prices. And do you know what else, ma'am?
What's that?
There are crap wines at all prices as well. And do you know why that is true?
Why?
Because there are gullible imbeciles at every level of income.
That's just maybe. But I want 8 bottles of the Oprah. And I want a case discount because I am a good customer.
You designate yourself a good customer?
Certainly.
Shouldn't the decision be up to us?
I am a good customer because I buy almost the majority of my wine at your store. Listen. I make over $250,000 a year, and I demand a case discount.
Well, da. Look at me. I have a pet chinchilla and I take it for walks wearing a coat made out of Shih Tzus. Lady, we have underpaid stock boys working in our cellar who spend more money here each week than some self-proclaimed good customers spend in 6 months. And our stock boys have better taste. If you really are one of our handful of truly good customers, believe me, we've noticed. And we act accordingly. You've just ordered a few bottles? We've seen bigger orders, rest assured. This store has been selling wines and spirits for, a few decades longer than you've been alive. In all sorts of economies. In that time, we've dropped and broken thousands more dollars in merchandise than you could ever hope to order. We're glad you're impressed with what we send you. Truly we are. But, frankly, we do this every day. And we don't get all breathless and open-mouthed about an order the size of your 8 bottles because we're not some bunch of amateurs. If you order a case of wine, we can talk about maybe expressing our gratitude by maybe giving you a case discount. That is it. We don't haggle. Look out there in the street, between the taxis. Look closely. Do you see any camels? Mud huts? Ox carts? Even one single goat? No, you don't. That's because this is not a freaking bazaar in some third world hellhole in North freaking Africa. Now, instead of having to arrange a different price every time you come here, isn't it nice to walk into our store and know what to expect? Now, lady, will you excuse me a moment? Yes, sir. You, over there. Good afternoon. I know you've been waiting patiently for me to help you. But, I'm helping this nice lady. I'll get you a salesman. Hey Eddie. See that customer over there? Can you help him please?
Look. If you don't want to help me.
I'm sorry madam. How unforgivable of me. Where were we? I'm sure it was somewhere terribly important and productive.
Certainly it was. What just happened?
The other gentleman, the one who was waiting for me, just asked my sales buddy Eddie for 16 cases of Chateau Plateau, so Eddie is now Employee of the Month.
Ah, how nice for your friend.
Yes. Very nice. Excuse me. I have to take my prescription antipsychotics now.
Just wait 1 minute and tell me what you would drink with grilled boys and berry couscous for around $40.
2 bottles of Chili Willy.
Thanks. I'll take this Veuve Mondavie instead. Do I pay over there at the register?
Yes, ma'am. It just so happens. The register is, indeed, where you pay.
You there, sir. Your bottle was defective. It just fell off the counter and broke. You need to get me another. And move quickly, please. I'm double parked.